Hey folks, I am Zach Com, aka Ethereal. I am the founder of RocketStomp.com, a PC-oriented gaming site, as well as the author of the lovely guide to which this video is attached. I've noticed that there are some disbelievers in the holy weight of the fist, and I honestly just wanted an excuse to make this video. So, in order to ensure that this is complete proof, what I have here is an entire game of absolutely nothing but my left and right mouse buttons for attacking. At the beginning of every life, I will immediately switch to my fists, never use my kicks, and spoiler alert, I will crush this scoreboard. And if you want to see how I do it, keep watching. You might be thinking that this is not your average pub game, but when I saw the first comment about how this is BS, I really wanted to make this video, so I just hopped right in, and this was the first game I played. I joined on a game that had 2 minutes left, and that game ended. I wanted to get a full game so that I could show you how easy it is if you're a smart fist player to dominate the rest of the server. There are some points at which I catch people who are trying to switch their loadout. There's a lot of, I would call, honorable fighters here, people who will switch to their fists when encountered with fists. And I would also like to note, something I didn't actually put in the guide, is that you never earn assist points when you're using Gentleman. I'm not sure if that's actually in the game description. I don't remember seeing it in the game description to begin with. But here we are. And I won't be pulling up the scoreboard a whole lot. If you want to see the end result, go ahead and switch to the end. You're going to see me using all the tactics that I described in the guide, including aiming for the head. Watch for the hats to fly off when I'm punching people, and notice that I usually use the right punch because I find that to be significantly more effective. It might not actually be. I don't care for dealing 10, 13 damage a swing, even if I do swing a little bit faster for it. It's a lot more satisfying, personally, to just throw a straight jab and smash somebody in the nose. That detail earlier where I mentioned that I get a lot of those first level Gentleman bonuses on enemies that are not facing me, you're going to see that a lot. So that's not actually something you really need to take into consideration when you are fist fighting people. If somebody's running away from you, just start smacking them in the back of the head. It doesn't matter if they ever turn around. Worst case scenario, you get the 16 points and then you lose 2 or 3 because your kill was ungentlemanly. It doesn't make too much of a difference in the long run because you're still scoring significantly more points than nearly all the other players on the server for the kill that you just received by sucking somebody in the back of the head. Notice how there's really no hesitation. If somebody has a gun, there's no reason to be scared of them. Yes, they can kill you in 1 or 2 hits, and in fact, you will see me die a lot under those circumstances. Like right here, this guy will just look up and boom, I'm done. But that's okay. There's never a reason to be discouraged. It doesn't matter how fast people can kill you, you just keep coming after them. The only important thing that you need to consider about your movement when you're approaching somebody with a gun is that you're not running in a straight line, because that's just embarrassing. You're giving fist users a bad name if you do that. You're far too easy a shot. Granted, in a lot of cases, like with pump shotguns, it's not going to matter a whole lot. But just when you're right up in somebody's face, it's really not as easy for them to shoot you as it is if you're a few feet away, because you can circle around them so quickly that they have to adjust their crosshair with a lot more precision in order to deal any damage to you to begin with. Now again, don't be scared of people that are holding guns. Don't even be scared of people that are holding hatchets or knives. When I was talking about in the guide how you need to make a lot of split-second decisions, that holds true. And if somebody's holding an axe and they're not as good as you at making those split-second decisions, you are still going to come out on top. Doesn't matter what anybody else is holding. You run right at them, dodge a little bit depending on the weapon that they're using. Keep in mind, when somebody pulls out a knife, usually their first response is not going to be to shank you with it. Usually they're going to go for the knife throwing kill. However, if a player is using a hatchet, throwing it will usually not be their first line of defense. And if they do, you'll often see them go and try to pick it up again, which is just giving you time to get free hits in on their face. In fact, I really enjoy when I'm playing against somebody who's holding a hatchet and they right-click and they miss. I don't think I've ever lost a fight to somebody who did that in a straight 1v1 before. It's just a stupid move. If you're a hatchet player and you're listening to this, don't throw your hatchet against somebody who has fisticuffs out. It's just not going to work out in your favor unless you are a really good shot.
Okay, look, Bandito. Okay, you guys can fight. That's cool. Here, I'll protect you. Ow, look, dude, I just... Oh, okay, never mind.
You might notice I'm doing a lot of camera jerking, whether I'm fighting or not. In terms of fighting, I tend to have a more twitch-based angle when I'm punching. I'll swing my mouse at their head when I throw a punch, but I don't keep it centered on them the entire time. If you focus on centering the entire time, you might end up tunnel visioning, which means you're going to be ignoring the other things that are happening around you, and that's not going to work out in your favor. Although, when it comes to the style of combat, it is a bit more of a preference type thing. So do what feels natural. That's just my recommendation.
I get people from behind with an axe. Oh, okay. Yeah. We should make like alliances. We should have, like,
you will learn, the more you start to fight with fists, where the best areas of approach are for you. And it's not so much a matter of exposure. I don't find that exposure matters a whole lot in pubs. You can be running through the open, and maybe you'll get a pot shot from somebody. Maybe you won't. It usually doesn't happen. What does matter is that you're walking through highly trafficked areas. So you want to take routes that will take you through the chest locations that are easily accessible, not like the gold chests that are out of reach, like on this map where you gotta go up the stairs in that building on the back of the map. Don't do that. You want to get up close and personal, and if you're creating distance between you and other players, then that's not going to help. You might think that would actually encourage you to go for the gold chests, but on every single map, the gold chest is in a location that's incredibly disadvantageous to you. So, this is the end of the game right here. You can see I'm on top with an absolutely staggering number of points.